We are Bath Youth for Christ. Our vision is building hope in young people's lives. Our mission is to encourage belonging, inspire hope, build community. We're doing this through schools work.
Mentoring gave me strategies of how to handle tough situations. This gave me hope for my future. The way I've changed is in my way of thinking and not always to be so negative and look at the better things. I am more hopeful because it makes me feel like I am listened to.
Youth clubs.
I feel like I belong at Riverside as I can always hang out with my mates, draw, play football and play Xbox. Through all these activities I do, the staff encourage me and believe in me. I feel really relaxed when I'm down here and I lose all my worries.
And Motus Dance Academy.
Motus is a place where no matter what mood you're in, you'll always leave happy. It's like a family in the way that you could talk to anyone there and you could go to anyone there if you had any issues with anything.
Bath Youth for Christ, empowering young people to reach their God-given potential. In Luke 24, Jesus walked with the disciples on the road to Emmaus and listened. As Bath Youth for Christ, we have walked alongside so many young people, and yes, some have become Christians, but some have faced homelessness, early pregnancy and difficulties at home. We've been working in Bath for over 30 years, and we work with the churches and the voluntary sector to build hope in young people's lives. We have learned that to walk the 7 miles, you have to be committed, consistent, and be willing to go through the highs and the lows of life. Inspiring hope. A staggering 95% of under 18s don't go to church, but many of them are open to faith. Together we can reach the 95. This means there are a significant amount of more young people outside of the church than inside. Bath Youth for Christ has always worked on the margins, and that is where we are called. However, it's not easy, tidy or perfect. It's quite messy. In this I mean young people don't fit into one-size-fits-all boxes. 81% of young people surveyed by Youth for Christ, Generation Z, report said that watching YouTube videos was something they enjoyed in their spare time, making it the most popular pastime. Ofcom also found that 90% of young people are using YouTube. This is where young people are on a daily basis. It is important that we have a presence in this space and we can empower young people's voices to be heard, as this is their space, and let's be honest, they know it a lot better than we do. We work with Mentoring Plus at Riverside Youth Club, so the club could stay open after the government reduced its funding into youth work, which meant the most vulnerable young people across Baines no longer have trusted adults in their lives. This means no one's guiding them, walking alongside them. One young person said at Riverside Youth Club, which was a really simple little quote, but it's so important: "I enjoy coming to Riverside because the staff listen to me." So towards the end of last year, I ran the London Marathon for Genesis Trust and Bath Youth for Christ. And I have run the London Marathon before in the past, and everyone started at the same point. Due to COVID, there were lots of different start lines, and I just felt God say to me, this is youth work. Young people start in lots of different places, and we have to be willing as the church and Christians to meet young people where they are. It's so important that we start in different places, and we have to respect that. Therefore, we must have hope for everyone that we meet and interact with. Building community. We are building community at Roundhill through Oasis Pantry, Motus Dance Academy, and hopefully starting drama at Roundhill too. The drama will be a place where young people can express their point of view creatively. Community is also being built in Timsbury, providing youth work working with St Mary's Church. A partnership was also formed in Peasdown between 3 churches, St John's, St Joseph's and the Methodist Church, to take over the youth centre. The youth club is now called The Hive, and Bath Youth for Christ employ the youth worker Nick Blythe. Another aspect of our work is schools work, where we deliver mentoring and self-esteem courses in Hayesfield, St Mark's, Ralph Allen. This is amazing that we're in all these schools, and we're now up to a team of 5 volunteers and staff. However, we always need more volunteers to mentor in the schools across Bath. Encouraging belonging. As the church, do we create a sense of belonging for everyone? There comes a point where we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out where they're falling in. Desmond Tutu. As I mentioned earlier, YouTube is where young people are daily. So fortunately, God is one step ahead, and through the support of a trust called Chrysalis, we will be developing the characters that you saw earlier in the film to talk about issues that young people are facing on a daily basis. You will hear young people's perspectives on topics such as diversity, faith, and mental health. The challenge from the films will be that if we are serious about reaching Generation Z, it has to be teamwork and having the courage to start talking about topics young people need to talk about and empowering them to lead us as they are the future. What if as the church, if we were serious about reaching young people with the story of Jesus, we have to be willing to get a little messy and do things differently or out of our comfort zones? Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support and your prayers. God bless.